Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome back to another reasoning. Thank you guys so much for coming back to another video. If it's your first video, you know how it is, guys. Thank you for clicking on this video. If you're a returning subscriber, returning viewer, thank you guys for coming back to another video. As usual, we appreciate the company. We appreciate you guys being here. Now today, guys, I'm gonna address a video that I did a couple days ago. And I'm also gonna talk about a popular topic that's been coming my way a lot recently. Now, the first thing I'm gonna address is I did a video the other day where I spoke about 5 things that I hate about Canada. Now, let's be honest, guys. There's no perfect society. If you live anywhere in the world, it doesn't matter how much you love where you live, there's still gonna be things that you can identify that, there's room for improvement. And Canada is no different. So personally speaking, I don't understand how is that so hard for somebody to understand that you pointing out areas where, you're not really satisfied, or that areas that you don't really find very appealing to yourself. People take that as a means to say that, okay, then as a general, you don't like being in Canada, and if you don't like it, you should go back home. Bear in mind, I also did a video where I spoke about 5 things that I love about Canada. Because life is all about balance. There's no perfect society. And it's very important for us to know that. Whilst there's definitely areas that I think has gotten a lot worse over the period of time that we have been in Canada, landed in 2019. And there's still a multitude of reasons that keep us in Canada, right? So it doesn't have to be, okay, then if you critique one thing, it means you hate it. Or if you don't critique it, then you're a hypocrite. No, guys. It has to be about a balance. And I think that people, especially adults, will be mature enough to understand that. Nonetheless, that is all I'm going to say about that. If you guys haven't gotten a chance to go and watch those videos, go and watch it. And let me know what you think about those videos in the comment section right down below. But in today's video, predominantly, I'm going to be addressing a topic that a lot of persons has been asking me to address. And it is it still worth it to move to Canada in 2025? And I think this is a very interesting question. I think this is a very interesting topic. I think this is just, especially now, with immigration being as it is, and things are getting a lot harder than it is. The economy is not as it is, let's be honest, not just in Canada, everywhere in the world. From my own opinion, do I still think Canada is a good place for somebody to migrate to? Now, before I give you my opinion, let me just tell you guys this. I'm not an immigration consultant, lawyer, affiliate, anything of the sort. And anything I say is really just my opinion, right? That is formed based on personal experiences of friends and family, and just doing research on my own. And I always encourage persons to do their own research outside of what is said in our content, right? Take the initiative, do your own research regardless. Now, a quick background about myself for all the persons who might be seeing my face for the first time. I am a Jamaican first. Jamaican first. I'm a Jamaican citizen. And I migrated to Canada back in 2019 with my family. Now, the reason why I decided to migrate to Canada was the reason why many persons decide to migrate to Canada in hope of a better life. Searching for a better life. Especially when you have kids, you want to give your kids the opportunity to achieve more than yourself, right? And at the time, living in Jamaica, whilst we were okay, we felt a bit stagnated. We felt like there was just not enough room for growth, not enough opportunities for everyone. That was what we believed. That was what I felt. My own opinion. If you guys disagree with me, that's okay too. Let me know in the comment section. But that's how we felt. We have a daughter, and we wanted to give our daughter the best life that is possible. And at the time, we thought our thought process then was that Canada would have provided that platform for us to give her that life. And sometimes you just want a change of environment, change of scenery as well. Having lived in Jamaica all our lives, coming to Canada, of course, we were excited, we were ecstatic, and it was just an answered prayer for us, right? So that was why we decided to move to Canada. And it's the reason why many persons decide to move to Canada. Now, over the period of time since we've been in Canada, we have gone through many milestones. We have been able to purchase our first house. I have gotten multiple promotions in the banking scene. I've becoming senior banker, manager in a bank, and all of those things that I think wouldn't have been necessary necessarily possible in the same time frame if I was still in Jamaica. We started 2 businesses. We are now driving a modern car. Not well, we don't worship material things, but I was just showing the accomplishment, right? Of course, we have our own house, as I mentioned before, and a number of different things. However, there's also challenges because shortly after moving to Canada, there was COVID-19. My wife got laid off from all her jobs, and like things got more expensive than what we just got here. We realized that it's really a high cost of living country in terms of like things are very expensive, and it's just not perfect, right? So there's good things that happen to us here in Canada, and there's bad things that happen. Well, not bad things, but there are challenges that we've been through while we have been in Canada as well. Now, going into 2025, do I think it's still a good idea for somebody to migrate to Canada? My answer to that is definitely going to be, it depends on your goals and your aspirations in life. And if you're going to be moving to Canada, please note that it's not a bed of roses. Simply meaning that it's not going to be easy, but if you're not looking for easy and you're looking for possible, then definitely go for it, right? Definitely go for it. If I could go back in time, would I still migrate to Canada? Absolutely. Would I still encourage somebody to move to Canada in 2025? Absolutely. And why am I saying that? Because in spite of the challenges, I still think you're able to grow. I still think you're able to achieve things. And I still think you're able to create the quality of life that is rival to the best places in the world. So I definitely think that Canada will give you the platform to succeed, not without challenges. It's very important for you guys to remember that part. Now, it depends also on the position that you are in your home country. If you're in your home country and you are at a established level, and finances is not your main problem, and you are living a good, decent life, and everybody is good, know that if you migrate to Canada, you're gonna probably have to start over. You're gonna probably have to start over, and you're probably gonna take some time to get back to where you were, right? A lot of times people don't understand that. So again, it depends on your own goals, aspirations, and your own family deciding if it makes sense for you or if it doesn't make sense for you. Like, for example, money might not be your ultimate goal, but probably you want access to healthcare. Probably that is your main goal. Access to healthcare in Canada is free. Might take you a little time to get through the door, but once you get in front of the doctors, then you don't really have to worry about cost of surgery and stuff like that. And I think that's a big deal for a lot of people, especially if you're coming from a country where it's not as cost effective for healthcare and stuff like that. Like, you have to pay for everything. A lot of countries, people have to be doing GoFundMe to cover major surgeries and stuff like that. In Canada, you won't have that problem. So it depends, right? Like, if you have children and you want to give them a safe environment, then Canada is probably definitely a good place for you to move to. And then if you want to give up your financial stability for that better quality of life, then it makes sense. But it's all going to be dependent on the individual, because there's no right or wrong answer to say, hey, move to Canada or don't move to Canada. It's just how it is, right? The point of the matter is also, remember I said, if you're not looking for easy, but you're looking for possible, then definitely Canada makes sense, because it's not easy for you to just get things. Things are not handed to you, but it's possible for you guys to get the opportunity that will allow you to grow and achieve things in life and ultimately surpass where you were in your home country. Now, as I mentioned before, I don't regret moving to Canada. If I could go back in time, the only thing I would have changed is to come to Canada sooner. Definitely come to Canada sooner, when the economy was probably a lot better than it is right now. And also, what the other thing I would do differently is to make sure that financially we would have had a lot more financial resources than what we came with initially. If you guys haven't seen our story back then, go and check it out. When we came to Canada, it wasn't easy. My wife was working 3 jobs while I was going to school full-time and working part-time. We had a daughter who shortly after moving to Canada got diagnosed with autism. It wasn't easy for us. I didn't really have a lot of savings. We were literally living from hand to mouth, paycheck to paycheck, and yes, and credit. So it was not an easy road for us when we just moved. And bear in mind that we were living a nice middle class life back in Jamaica. It was not difficult for the, like, challenges was there, but we were surviving. And then coming to Canada now, where we're back to taking the bus and not knowing anyone and starting over from zero, it was definitely a mental strain for us. But if you are willing to go through the nitty-gritty, go down in the dirt, then you would be able to succeed and achieve things and surpass where you are, where you are presently in your life, in your home country right now. And that is just my own honest opinion, right? And I'm doing this video because it's very hard for me to reply to all the comments individually. So I want to do this video so persons can understand my own opinion, my own feedback on moving to Canada. I definitely think it's worth it. But as I always say, there's no perfect place on this earth. So if you're gonna make the transition, know that it's not gonna be without challenges, but also know that it also in Canada you decide to move to, right? Anyways, that's enough for this video. If you guys have any comment on what I just said, let me know in the comment section. I'll do my best to answer it as best as possible. If you guys haven't already subscribed to our channel, take a second, hit that subscribe button, smash a like on this video, very important, and see you guys in the next video.